They said her plane was obsolete, grounded, forgotten. When the battle turned desperate, the colonel shrugged. We just need a jet. But what dropped out of the sky wasn't just a jet. It was a Warthog, and in less than 5 minutes, the battlefield was unrecognizable. This is the story of Major Zephrine Zeff Blackwood, the pilot they ignored, the aircraft they dismissed, and the day an A-10 Thunderbolt II proved why soldiers on the ground call it the Angel of Death, and their guardian angel. You're watching Truth Untwists, where we unravel the untold, the overlooked, and the hidden truths of war. Before we dive in, tell me this. If you were a soldier pinned down outnumbered 4-1, what aircraft would you pray for overhead? Drop your answer in the comments below. The sunrise painted the airbase in shades of gold. On one end of the tarmac, F-35s gleamed like predatory hawks, swarmed by ground crews and engineers. But at the far corner sat a lone A-10 Warthog, its gray fuselage weathered, its cannons silent. Major Zephrine Blackwood, call sign Razor, walked slowly along the old bird. She ran her hand along the titanium armor, whispering, "Morning, old girl." This wasn't just a machine to her. It was survival. Twice before, this cockpit had brought her home when the world tried to end her. But under Colonel Westmoreland, her Warthog was a relic. "Too slow," he'd said. "Too ugly. The future is fast movers." To him, the A-10 belonged in a museum. To Zeff, it belonged in the fight. The briefing room buzzed with energy. Maps projected across the wall. Satellite intel blinking red markers. The mission was simple. Extract 3 intelligence assets from a valley in Sector 7. Moreland's plan? F-16 screaming overhead. One pass, fast and clean. Zeff studied the ridges carefully. Too narrow. Too many hiding places. She raised her voice. "Sir, that valley is a kill box. Close air support at low altitude is the only..." Moreland cut her off. "Lieutenant Atlee, lead the strike package. Fast movers will handle it." Her words vanished into silence. Ignored. Overlooked. Invisible. Across the room, another pilot, call sign Switchback, caught her eye. He shrugged. Both of them knew. The colonel wasn't just dismissing her. He was gambling with lives. Later, in the hangar, the blow came. "Your Warthog's grounded," the chief mechanic said flatly. "Hydraulic system needs inspection. Colonel's orders." Zeff clenched her jaw. She had checked it herself. The bird was fine. Meanwhile, reports whispered through the base. More anti-aircraft positions than intel admitted. Worsening weather, terrain tailor-made for an ambush. Exactly what she'd warned. Sergeant Mercer, leading the ground extraction team, listened carefully when she quietly traced ambush points on his map. "If I were the enemy, I'd put guns here, here, and here," she said. Mercer frowned. "That would trap us on 3 sides." "Exactly." They exchanged a grim look. Both knew what was coming. Hours later, the command center erupted in panic. Mercer's team was pinned down. Gunfire roared over the radio. 3 casualties already. Enemy forces swarmed the ridges. 4-1. "Hold your position," Moreland barked. "We just need a jet." But his jets were still on the runway. 10-15 minutes away. Mercer's voice cut through the static. "We won't last that long." Across the room, Switchback met Zeff's eyes. "They'll never make it in time. No one saw her leave. No one ever did." The hangar was empty. Her A-10 sat under a grounded tag. She ripped it off, climbed the ladder, slid into the seat where her heartbeat synced with the controls. Engine start, gauges green, hydraulics steady. The bird wasn't broken. The truth was. "Unauthorized aircraft, shut down immediately," the tower demanded. She ignored it. Security vehicles swarmed toward her too late. The Warthog thundered down the runway, slower than the fighters, but unstoppable. By the time the colonel realized what she'd done, she was already airborne, banking hard toward Sector 7. Razor 17 inbound, she transmitted calmly on Mercer's channel. His voice cracked with relief. Targets marked, machine gun nests, mortar team, armor on the move, danger close. Copy that, 30 seconds. The A-10 crested the ridge, and then came the sound that ground troops love and enemies fear. Brrrt. The GAU-8 Avenger cannon screamed, 30mm armor-piercing rounds ripping through bunkers, shredding mortar teams, tearing armored vehicles apart like paper. The valley shook, the ambush collapsed, and the soldiers who had been certain of death now had hope. The command center fell silent, the colonel's face drained of color. That aircraft was grounded, he stammered. But on the screen, his obsolete jet was saving the very men his plan had doomed. Below, Mercer's team moved under smoke trails Zeff had dropped, carrying their wounded to safety. Enemy fire rained down. The A-10 took hits. Warning lights flashed. Hydraulics failing. Engine smoking. But the bird held, and so did she. Major Blackwood. Mercer's voice came through, breaking with emotion. 37 lives. That's what you saved today. Back at base, she landed the wounded Warthog. Fire crews waited. So did Moreland. Court-martial was certain. Career over. But when Mercer's men disembarked, battered and bloodied, they stood in formation and saluted her. Then, one by one, the entire crowd did the same. Not to the colonel, not to the command, to the pilot who refused to let them die. For the first time in her career, Zephrine Blackwood wasn't invisible. She was undeniable. The A-10 Thunderbolt II, mocked as slow, outdated, ugly, but in the right hands, it became the angel that erased a battlefield, and the silence of a colonel who would never again underestimate it. Some victories are measured in enemies destroyed, others in lives saved, and sometimes the greatest victory is simply being seen. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think the A-10 still deserves its place in modern combat? Or should it be retired? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if stories like this, where forgotten heroes and overlooked machines prove everyone wrong, resonate with you, then don't miss what's coming next. Subscribe to Truth Untwists and join us as we unravel the hidden truths behind war, power, and the human spirit. Because sometimes, the truth isn't polished, it's scarred, it's loud, and it refuses to be forgotten.